fact that anyone's suggesting that it's dead just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
That's local financial analyst Jeremy Aguero says our tourism industry is far from dead, but he does admit that it is struggling. And then has News 3 asking the big question, is there another industry that could help pump up our economy? So this is just our latest in-depth look at the struggling tourism industry.
Yeah, our latest series, Las Vegas Reality Check, digging into the impact that tourism has had on our economy. And News 3's Will Silverstein joins us now. He's live near the Las Vegas Strip. He spoke with Aguero and another economist. And Will, what other industries compare financially to our tourism and hospitality industries?
Well, one of the ones that seems to compare the most would be construction and housing. All the people moving into Las Vegas, you think that would sort of make up for it. Even if jobs are down on the Strip, you have more people that are coming to this particular area, but still, hospitality takes the cake.
We continue to have among the least diversified economies of our size anywhere in the United States today.
Las Vegas is all in on tourism, but financial analyst Jeremy Aguero says the city lacks comparable major industries that it can rely upon in times of struggle. But a Democrat-introduced bill signed into law last month by Republican President Donald Trump may be the start of new growth in Las Vegas. The Apex Area Technical Corrections Act, introduced by Nevada Democratic lawmakers Senator Catherine Cortez-Masto and Congressman Stephen Horsford, helps free up federal land to be transitioned to industrial use, meaning warehousing, manufacturing, and other factories may be on the way to North Las Vegas.
That logistics industry is, of course, very important to us, more so now than it was a decade ago.
Over the last decade, the city of North Las Vegas has been doing everything it can to diversify the economy of not only of North Las Vegas, but of the valley as a whole.
North Las Vegas Councilman Isaac Barone says the move brings in 7,000 acres of land, 70,000 jobs, and $7 billion worth of investment. Barone championing the bipartisan measure's impacts on his city and Clark County.
We're talking about being an industrial base, something to give us, these steps that we're making for the future.
Relatively speaking, it's a safe industry.
Economics professor Gökçe Soydemir says logistics jobs are often hiring, and more so, the jobs create population growth, especially with swaths of North Las Vegas being more affordable than other parts of Clark County.
Pretty much every sector of the economy feels the impact. Jobs, real estate, technology, and now AI-driven reduces costs. So it's a very big impact, for a local economy.
And what about the industry that helped Nevada earn its nickname as the Silver State? Soydemir says the mining industry remains a winner, but with a different periodic element, lithium.
Nevada is, it's the place for mining. It's really big. It's culturally ingrained. It's a $9 billion industry. And with now other materials that are being in demand, for like EVs and other things, it's up and growing, and there's no end in sight in terms of the contribution, that it has to the economy.
Aguero says despite the industry's success, the impacts are largely in rural areas outside of city limits, and that success is minimal.
Mining today in the state of Nevada makes up less than 2% of our total economy. And so from that standpoint, it's relatively modest.
So construction, real estate, health, education, Aguero says those are all great things that Nevada does and Southern Nevada does in particular. But when you think about the tourism and hospitality economy, at least $60 billion alone from Southern Nevada, about $100 billion statewide. That's just the difference that we're talking about. All those little industries, they do kind of go just to be about a fraction of what tourism and hospitality is worth. Quite a number when you think of it.
Yeah, it is. And more numbers for you. 26% of the jobs in our community directly tied to tourism. People that work in those buildings behind you, that's 300,000 jobs in our community. So it's a big chunk. It's hard to make it up somewhere else. So Will, thank you.
All right, well, despite the tourism struggles, data still shows that people are moving to Southern Nevada. However, Jeremy Aguero says this trend is not as positive as it once was as far as driving Nevada's economic engine forward.
The people that moved into Southern Nevada had incomes that were lower than the people who lived here, right? They moved here, better life, get a job, those type of things. For the past few years, we've seen that trend invert.
Aguero says this is important because it may signal the amount of remote workers who are still employed by out-of-state companies as opposed to those headquartered or doing business here in Nevada.